Hi guys, so some of you may have already seen this, but I thought I'd make a touched up video with the with everything a bit more neat, with all the little interruptions cut out, the volume change when there's fireworks going on in the background, or when I'm not facing camera, a bit of subtitles with the slideshow on screen just so everyone can see exactly what's going on. It's a little bit of a comedy piece I did on the Saturday night of the UK Championships, and I was quite happy with how it went. I got a few good laughs at people, so I thought I would share that with the world and let you all watch this, so enjoy.
Anyway, I decided not to put my secret into the mix this year. I decided I'd sort of explain it, because it's going to take a while to explain. So here I've got Ryan, he's doing a PowerPoint for me, and in a second you're going to watch his face as the penny drops. So cast your mind back to Christmas last year. We all got together and did a little Secret Santa. And by the way, whoever got me that seal, I love that. But
Bye guys.
Bye Sam. See you tomorrow.
Anyway, I had Ryan for Secret Santa.
Free GameCube.
I sat there for ages
Ryan.
trying to figure out what. Eventually, I figured out. I went with the only thing I could think of, which was to, next slide please, send him 20 boxes of Morrison's breadsticks. And so Ryan, 20 boxes of breadsticks, and to be fair, I thought this was the shittest gift ever. Ryan made it hilarious. So next slide please, Ryan. That's, to be fair, I know that they're kind of difficult to read from there. That's Ryan posting a picture and saying, guys, with the two massive fucking boxes of Morrison's breadsticks, one of you for Secret Santa, or is that unrelated? Is that unrelated? This is someone sending breadsticks out of the anyway, so 3 months later I was bored in a pub and well, next slide please. I sent him another one. Another 10 boxes of breadsticks. I sent him another 10 boxes of breadsticks. I'm not sure what possessed me to do that, but it was probably one of the best decisions of my life. Next slide please, Ryan. Not only was it hilarious how they showed up all of a sudden and Ryan said, why the fuck is there another one? But it didn't stop that. Can you go next slide please, Ryan? This is, you might press arrow one more, so a couple more times. This is people theorising, saying maybe he set you up on a subscription service. Sure, it's all saying, I think you might be on a quarterly breadstick subscription. So at that point I knew in my head, I need to make sure Ryan knows this is being done manually. Like, this is not, I'm not a lazy man. I will send him breadsticks manually. Next slide please, Ryan. You had to make it clear that I was sending them manually. So 3 months later we get this message. It's been 3 months and I've not received another box of Morrison's breadsticks. So maybe it isn't a quarterly subscription service and Secret Santa just decided to buy them all randomly. Correct. Next slide please, Ryan. On the last day of Euros, I decided to order some more breadsticks. It had been 4 months, and Ryan received his 4th pack of 10 boxes of breadsticks. Next slide, please. It showed up 2 fucking weeks later. Next slide. There it is. I thought it was on, it says. So at this point, I knew I was on something, and I started thinking, how can I step it up a notch, just sending boxes of breadsticks to Ryan? So. I hopped on funkypigeon.com and just the next slide, I sent him a little card. So the outside of the card was just pictures of breadsticks. The inside, the chopper had the nutritional information. And the message read, Dear Ryan, I hope you've enjoyed the breadsticks this year. I'm sorry I've not been able to send them as regularly as I'd hoped. Don't worry though, I have big plans for you. Yours sincerely, Breadstick Man. So that was it, I was Breadstick Man now. 2 days later, I decided it was time to make first contact. So next slide, please. Sending a friend request on and after Ryan had finished his initial panic, we had a little conversation. Next slide, please. You're not going to be able to read it from here, so I'll read it out to you. Honestly, my words here are equal parts myself and ChatGPT. I'm not. It's clever enough. I said afternoon. He said afternoon. I said it's me, the Breadstick Man. For a year I've been watching waiting and delivering. You may think you know bread, but you've only scratched the crust. The doughy depths of my plans are far from over. Prepare yourself, for the carbs are rising. The next delivery is near, and this time it won't be so soft. And he just invited me to play putt-putt. I said, sorry, I can't play right now, I'm baking breadsticks. And then signed off with, the dough may rest, but I never do. Over and out. And he shared this with everyone in the server, as I planned, and we all had a good laugh. And I decided to reward him with another box of 10 packs of breadsticks. Now, we got a message from him a few days later saying, I was just coming out of the shower and I heard someone at the door, followed immediately by my mum shouting, for God's sake, Ryan. So he got back to me over Discord. He was obviously a bit pissed off. And next slide, please. He started making a few bloody breadstick notes at me. I see you say this one was put rye, like rye. I'm curious how much dough this is costing you. It's got to be at least a tenner per box. So I went on to say, next slide. Know your place correctly. Breadstick puns to my territory. Know your role. All of this. I don't want to rise to my level. Trust me, it's a bad idea. Step out of line once more and you're toast. I need you to understand. When it comes to bread-based wordplay, we're just loafing around. So sit back, butter up, and leave the puns to the breadstick man. Apologies for taking this time with you, but I take my work very seriously. Further apologies for only getting back to you now. I've been up to my neck in breadsticks, as I imagine you soon will be too. Keep your quest sharp, Ryan. The man will return. And now Ryan, next slide, got a bit clever here. Started commenting on how I formatted my message. Said fucking, what was it? He said I'd messed up the formatting in the slide with how I put the asterisk. So I said, apologies. Well, I tried to say apologies, I actually wrote apologies. Next slide. He said, apologies, typo. They call me Grammar Man. I said, they call me Spencer Man. I sent him another one.
That's really.
So, I mean, it took a bit of Googling to figure out what I was going to do next, because I don't really know what the next logical progression is from here, but I think I did a good job. Right, can you go to the next slide, please? So, we got this message, Personal Breadstick Man. That was because next slide, you can reveal these one by one, press one of them. This is Ryan modelling some breadstick merch. That one says, live, laugh, breadstick. This next one, that says, it's an arrow, it says, insert breadsticks. and then, try. Stop there. I had ordered 3. I was like, where the fuck is the third one? Turned out Redbubble was doing that for me. Sent him the other one like 5 days later. I had another Redbubble card. And that one said, next slide, aggressively eats breadsticks. So, I also sent him, next slide, this adorable little Breadstick Man plushie. And, what else? Later on he said, I think that's on the next slide. He said, I got a notification on my phone app saying free delivery for photo books ends tomorrow. I misread it at first and shut myself thinking Breadstick Man was sending me a breadstick photo album. So I said, say less. And that, I believe you've brought that with you.
I think so.
We can investigate this afterwards. Anyway, at this point it was this month. We were drawing in on UKC, and I know I needed to wrap it up in style here. So I decided, I said, good evening, it's almost time. We will complete the ritual, and I, Breadstick Man, will no longer be with you. I've enjoyed our time together, but it's urgent. It's done. Ryan said, I understand. You must go back to your own planet. I told him, bring any breadstick related products you've received to the UK Championship. The shirts, the plushie, the card, the photo album. This is crucial. I also told him you may encounter a few breadstick related happenings over the weekend. This is a normal part of the process. And signed off with, the oven's cooling, so am I. Farewell from Breadstick Man. And next slide, I got this message from my brother. Package arrived for you, Ben. I left it in front of your door. I said, open it, have a look, I think you'll like it. He said, I can see it's from a company called Crisp Bread and Crackers. I think I can safely assume what's in there. I said, it's fucking crackers, I'm getting popped off. There was 10 boxes of breadsticks, and what I did was I decided to get other people to do my daily work for me. So 9 people this weekend have been handed a box of breadsticks and instructed to hand it to Ryan and tell him it's from the Breadstick Man. And if he asks for any elaboration, their only instructions were to say, "We are the Stick Squad, long may you mate, Breadstick Man forever." And that brings us to now. This is the end of my PowerPoint. Thank you so much for that, Ryan.
Yay!
One of the longest things I've done in my entire life. Yeah, my brother made a rough estimate when I told him about this, when that box showed up. Apparently I've spent around £170 on But you know what, seeing the joy it brought to Ryan and to everyone else, you know, it made it all worth it. But through a lot of this I was going through a tough time, and one of the things I always knew would make me happy is sending Ryan a box of breadsticks and just watching him post it in the chat and everyone go crazy. Honestly, Ryan is one of the nicest people we've got in our community. Even today, he was happy to stand and hold a laptop without me telling me that I was going to come and show you how I've tormented you for a life. I think you'll all agree that Ryan is one of the nicest.
Yeah.
So, this is the last message from Breadstick Man, and I'm delivering it in person. Ryan, our time together is nearing its final crunch. From the very first breadstick to the cards, photos, shirts, it's been a true pleasure bringing mischief to your door. Watching you wonder, laugh, and maybe question your carb intake has been a journey worth every box. Soon the curtain will close and Breadstick Man will be but a toasted memory. But remember, the laugh, the bread, and the mischief, those will all live on. Thank you, Ryan, for being the other half of this Breadstick Saga. Oh, and I've got one more thing. Yeah, have a guess. It's a box of breadsticks.